Hello, my name is Douglas Bloch. I'm an author and depression survivor. Welcome to your Depression Recovery channel, where each week we talk about practical tools and coping strategies for healing from depression and anxiety. The title of today's video is called, If the Body Can Heal, the Mind Can Heal. Now, one of the amazing things about the human body is its resilience. In his book, Spontaneous Healing, Dr. Andrew Weil writes the following: the body can heal itself. It can do so because it has a healing system. At every level of biological organization, from the DNA up, mechanisms of self-diagnosis, self-repair, and self-regeneration exist in us. So here's an example. Way back a long time ago, a friend of mine was involved in a serious car accident. She virtually broke every bone in her body. She was in intensive care. It looked like she wouldn't survive. She did. It took her nearly 2 years, but she made a full recovery. Was able to get back on the horse and do horseback riding. In a more recent example, a friend of mine was bicycling down a hill when he hit a patch of moss and he wiped out. And as a result, what happened? He fractured 6 ribs, he broke a collarbone, he punctured a lung, and he broke a shoulder. And yet, within 8 weeks, he was back on the bike, and a few months later, he rode a century, which is 100 miles. Now, after hearing stories like this, for example, people coming back after severe heart attacks, I asked myself, if the body can heal, what about the mind? Does it have its own healing system? After watching many people heal from depression, I've come to the conclusion that the mind does have what I like to call a psychological immune system. Now, this immune system over time can bring about a healing of the mind and emotions. For example, many of you might have seen my recent video in which I described my slow, prolonged, but steady healing following my recent hospitalization. In another example, I had a client, a respected attorney, who became not only depressed but psychotic. When he went into the hospital, he was so paranoid he thought the staff was trying to poison his food, so he went on a hunger strike. Eventually, it was decided he needed ECT, electroconvulsive therapy. Pretty serious case, don't you think? But over time, with a lot of hard work and the right treatments, he too made a full recovery. He went back to work and started a family. In another instance, I had a client who became depressed after his girlfriend left him. Doesn't that always do it, loss of love? Anyway, he became so depressed he did not leave his apartment for 3 straight months. Eventually, he decided enough was enough. He came to my group, and I asked him to write a vision statement of wellness, which he did. And in his vision statement, he talked about starting a consulting business. And sure enough, after many months of gradual improvement, he was able to start that business, and it is still going strong. Now, what does this tell us? It tells us that no matter how ill we are in mind or body, that healing and recovery is always possible. Now, mental health recovery might take more time than we would want. Because psychiatry is in its beginning stages of development, there are no cut and dry fixes for our ailing psyches and brains. It may take a while, but if we tweak some medications and practice our coping tools, eventually something will come through and healing can occur. There's an old Rolling Stones song, one of my favorites, called "Time is on my side, yes it is." And that's what I tell my clients, time is on your side. Given enough time, things usually do get better. I just received a letter from a man in England who subscribes to this channel, and he said the most important thing he's learned from my videos that really helped him out when things got tough was, nothing stays the same forever. This too shall pass. That's why I and my clients like to repeat over and over again, never give up, never give up, never give up. And speaking of that title, I'd now like to read a quotation from the Dalai Lama called "Never Give Up," and this has been a very popular quote of his. It's been reproduced and sent around the world. You can find it on the internet, but I'd like to read it to you right now. Never give up. No matter what is going on, never give up. Develop the heart. Too much energy in your country is spent developing the mind instead of the heart. Be compassionate, not just to your friends, but to everyone. Be compassionate. Work for peace in your heart and in the world. Work for peace. And I say again, never give up. No matter what is going on around you, never give up. This has been Douglas Bloch. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned something from it. If you want to contact me, you can leave a comment in your comments section here, or you can email me, douglasbloch@gmail.com. And if you want to learn more about my work, during the closing credits, simply click on the upper left-hand part of the screen on my photo. You'll be taken to the subscribe page of this channel. If you click on the book below it, you'll be taken to my website, healingfromdepression.com. And if you click on the videos on the right side of the screen, you'll be able to watch those videos. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. And remember, never give up. Or as the Buddha said, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Thank you.